I do get quite a few pitches, and I think you kind of mentioned it earlier. Length is not your friend. You want it to be short and digestible. Mm-hmm. And I would say on my end, if I can't read the whole thing on my iPhone screen, it is too long.
Maybe using some like bold to like highlight the points you're getting across if someone's like skimming it fast, but you need to get quick and to the point.
Honest Ecommerce is a weekly podcast where we interview direct-to-consumer brand founders and leaders to find out what it takes to start, grow, and scale an online business today. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Honest Ecommerce. Today, I'm welcoming to the show Michelle Songy, the founder and CEO of PressHook, a platform that helps e-commerce brands get discovered by journalists, creators, publishers, and podcasters through earned, affiliate, and paid media opportunities. Michelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you. So happy to be here.
I'm excited to chat. I am a user of PressHook. I have found dozens of awesome brands so far. I cannot speak highly enough of the platform if you're trying to find cool CPG brands to talk to. So big plug for that platform. But Michelle, I guess give me a bit of your backstory. How the heck do you know so much about PR?
That's where it's kind of ironic. So I don't actually have a background in PR. I'm pretty sure I didn't even get into my journalism school and marketing school in college. So they sent me to like the IT school and then I started to learn, like get into tech. But I was actually like a founder of another tech company. It was a mobile payment app. I was living in London and that was my first business I started, was wearing every hat in the business. The one thing I was scared and didn't even know how to do, so I would hire an agency, was PR. But sometimes, like with your budget, you had to, stop doing it at times. So I really just wanted to learn, figure out, I was like, I guess I have to take this on and figure out how to do it on my own. Because I just wanted to level up to our competitors. I wanted to get out there and I started doing it. And I was like, wow, this is a wild and really difficult world and just so time consuming. And I didn't have the knowledge, the education. There was no really good resources, no good tech out there. There was some more for like pros, like Muck Rack and Cision were for the really PR pros, but not for the, Mary Janes and Joes like me that were just trying to learn and how to connect to journalists. So there's really nothing out there and I had to just self-teach myself.
That's amazing. Yeah. And you've definitely built an awesome database and product that helps people make those connections. But this isn't necessarily going to be a love letter to PressHook, even though I do think it's amazing. We're going to talk more today about, some PR things that you've learned along the way. So I guess just getting started, a lot of the listeners out there, they're going to be of the smaller, CPG, e-commerce brands, and PR is kind of just like this black box to them. So, why are these smaller brands struggling? What actually works?
Right. So I think a lot of people go into it, and like me, you just haven't done it before. You don't know how to do it. You don't know where to start. It's really overwhelming. So you might be treating it like advertising, where you're pitching without like a story. It's really like promotional, or I've seen founders pitch like paragraphs of text, or not like first of all, not even just making sure the pitch is relevant to the journalist you're writing. So like blasting them or trying to just like send a generic pitch to everybody. That's not going to work, especially if you're pitching, let's say like a podcaster versus a Substacker versus someone at, like Condé Nast or BuzzFeed. So I think really it's about like what it's not just about what you say, but when, why, and to whom. A lot of people, again, I just see so much of this like generic pitching that's just promotional about like, here's 10 things that are so great about my product and me. Instead of saying like, this is why this is relevant to, because it's back to school or holiday season, or like what it's really like, why is it relevant to the times right now?
Yeah, I see like a major mistake people are playing, and this isn't just like CPG brands. This is just anyone trying to get PR coverage. Just having ChatGPT come up with the most uninspired spam and just blasting that off to folks.
Right. And I'm all for using it. It helps you it can help you kind of create the pitch and the structure and the layout. But you need to like put in yourself and some like personal or just kind of like a little tie-in of like, why are you contacting them? And like kind of give it like, this is a human on the other side too. So yeah, I just think having like a clear narrative, being short, sweet, to the point. I usually just like, if I see a pitch someone's doing, I usually delete like 90% of it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
This is all not needed. You need like we know there's some journalists on our platform that receive up to 800 pitches a day.
I'm not there. But I do get quite a few
that have been around for a while. And so it's competitive. Like you need to make it stand out.
It is. Now, I guess, why do I want to get these journalists' attention? What is the outcome of a good PR campaign? How does it help my business? Maybe I think some listeners don't even understand what PR results in, like why it will help.
Yeah. I think, it's really for credibility and social proof these days. Whether you're trying to get into a retailer or talking to an investor, if they look online and look for you, they're like, who are you? Why has nobody talked about you? So it's giving you that credibility, improving your reputation. You want to be sitting next to your competitors, right? Like that's why you started a company, to be competitive. So you need to, that's really another one of the main reasons the pitch is like really showing your, what are you solving for that already didn't exist in the market, and why, and how big is that market? I think also a lot of people, they try to say they're creating a product and it's really, they want it to be for everyone. Like they want everyone to use it, everyone to like it. Every journalist must use it and talk about it. But sometimes like products really solve a need for certain people. And I think the more you can be really like honest and transparent about that, the more it'll click too with an editor journalist. Like, oh, right, that makes sense. Like, and help them understand like what the problem is, why you're solving for it, and why there's nothing else like it right now that exists.
Yeah. And another thing that I've seen a lot of brands do quite successfully is it does lead to traffic and potentially sales. Like these folks, their audiences usually are way bigger than the audience that the brand has built up.
Right. And I think there's also just a big crossover. I mean, obviously the change in Google AI summaries and LLMs, like they're all really reading trustable, reliable sources. It could be a niche publication, like it could be a trade publication. It could be local news. It could be, a top tier publication, obviously with a really high domain authority, but they're looking for trusted and like real sources on the internet to come up with that information. And the only way to get that is through getting your brand, getting other people, trusted people to talk about it and speak about it. If not, you're just going to have the people on Reddit going off about it. I think it's okay if you have that, and you need to control that too. But I think really getting that like trusted source. And I think it's kind of like a badge of honor too, it feels like, because, these journalists, it is competitive and they are experts really in your category and market. So getting them to kind of leave a good review. And a lot of times they just, if they don't like something, they're probably just not even going to include it. So I think even when you do get press, especially at an early age, like usually it's positive because they want to tell people about it.
Absolutely. Earlier on when I did your intro, we talked about like earned, affiliates, and paid media. So I guess, what do any of those words mean?
Right. I know. I had to learn this too. And they're changing, and there's like hybrids and stuff of all of them. But earned media is when you really think about that traditional PR. You're featured in a story because a journalist found your brand interesting or timely. It's credibility building, but it's very unpredictable. It's not guaranteed. So like if you're doing it yourself or paying someone to do it or using a platform, that is not guaranteed. If someone tells you it's guaranteed, that's a scam. It's not. There's no way that anything like earned is you can technically like pay for. The other bit that came in and especially affected the whole entire like CPG world a few years ago was just affiliate media, because then it was like, oh, we can write still features and we want to include brands we like, but we can also include these affiliate links that are going to Amazon or direct to the customer's website and then be getting this commission back, and as a way to kind of fund and help these publishers. And so I like that because I was like, it gives them a kickback. Like, the publishers, they work hard, journalists work hard, they don't get paid a lot. So I think it's a nice way of them still having the discretion of the products they want to include, but they're getting that percentage back through your affiliate platform. So I do tell most brands, like, if you're ready for PR media, like you need to be on an affiliate platform without a doubt. And a lot of them usually are already, when they come to us, they're already using TikTok Shop or Like to Know It or Shop My. They're using one for the influencer side, but for the editorial publisher side, they're usually looking at those like A-Win, Impact, Share a Sale, Rakuten type of affiliate platform. So I know it's a lot to learn, but that's part of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And then paid opportunities kind of speak for themselves, but
yes. So paid is something actually new. We're really getting into at Press Hook that I like. Again, they still have not like GQ or Oprah or anyone is just going to say, okay, you're paying us. We're just going to write and do anything you want.
Mm-hmm.
It still has to be a brand fit to them. And then you can like talk about, there's like paid options, like sponsored content, maybe like a dedicated article that you guys can help you co-create. So they'll write it and you get to actually like approve it and make sure the messaging is right. Obviously paid media includes those influencer partnerships. So if you're paying someone to promote your product, and then there's some other, we're kind of even seeing a mix of like paid and affiliate, where, maybe they're cutting down the cost of the paid and then also running affiliate on it. But I think it's a nice way, especially like if you have, let's say, a new launch or product release or something really timely you want to get out and you kind of want to control the messaging. I do think it is nice once you have the budget to kind of do a mix of like earned, affiliate, and paid, especially if it's a publication that is your audience, that is the perfect audience, and maybe you've done some earned affiliate and it's working. It's like, just double down because they're going to go promote those articles even further. And it helps build that relationship too.
Hey, everybody, just a quick reminder. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't. We're releasing interviews like this every week, so don't miss out. Now back to the interview. Earlier, we kind of talked about what a bad pitch looks like. But like, I guess what does a good pitch look like? What are some of the common mistakes? If I'm getting into PR, how should I think about this?
I would think about it most similar to how you would pitch, let's say like a retailer or a VC, an investor. So you obviously want to have a very clear, like kind of unique subject line, tying in again, like the first sentence, not just to say, hi, Chase. Let me tell you why my brand is the best brand in the whole world and genius, and we do XYZ. It's like, hey, Chase, like I love watching and listening to like your podcast, and I love this episode you did on XYZ. That kind of brought me to why we actually started developing our product and the problem we were seeing. And this is the product we've developed. I'd love for you to give us, take a look and get some feedback. And if you like it, we'd be happy to send you a sample to check out. No strings attached. So that's the big thing, is like, there is no strings attached. You can't, when you're pitching a journalist, again, for earned or affiliate, you can't guarantee anything. If they sample your product, they're not forced to have to write about you.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because I want to test it out and see if they like it and if it's good. So again, and they are testing a lot of samples. So it's not, I think you can't be hurt if they don't cover you for whatever reason. You can always go back to them and have them try something else, or maybe iterate your product. Or again, like, product isn't for everyone. It's the same thing when you're going to it's like a sales process. It's like you're doing it to retailers, you're doing it to investors. It's similar in a way.
Absolutely. I think that I do get quite a few pitches, and I think you kind of mentioned it earlier. Length is not your friend. You want it to be short and digestible.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say on my end, if I can't read the whole thing on my iPhone screen, it is too long.
Right. I've been telling people like 200 to 300 words is a good sweet spot. Bulleting, like using bullets, maybe using some like bold to like highlight the points you're getting across if someone's like skimming it fast. Mm-hmm. But you need to get quick and to the point.
Yeah, I think that a lot of people, they like want to tell them like all these amazing things about their brand, but they are too far in the process. First, you want to get that permission from the journalist or whomever that they're like, I am interested in this. And then you can, spiel all of your cool stuff. Yeah. It's the first is you're seeking their buy-in and their interest. That should be the goal of the first message.
Right. And what's the tie-ins? Like, what's the hook? Is it a new launch, a new product, really innovative product on the market? Is it there a seasonal tie-in? Those are great. Just know they're writing stories maybe like 2 to 3 months, could be in advance. So don't send them something about back to school maybe next week. It's maybe a little too late for that. We're even seeing, and then sorry, I don't know when this is listening, but it's August right now, and we're even seeing media request holiday gifts and holiday sets.
I just got an email. Yeah, I just got an email earlier this morning from another PR person that I know, and she was like, "Hey, like we're doing holiday gift guide stuff," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, the holidays are already here."
Yeah, and obviously having things like high res, really good images. Images sell a lot now. You can include it, even an image in your email if you'd like. But having those on file, like having a really good set of imagery is very important these days. Again, just because it's competitive. So I'd almost look at what your competitor website, social images look like. Like you need to outshine that.
Mm-hmm.
You want to stand out.
Yeah, content is king still. Mm-hmm. Now, we talked about ChatGPT a little bit earlier, and how do you see PR evolving with AI? And now Substacks are big these days, and influencer newsletters, and just there's all these new channels where there's still audience and eyes. Like, how do you see it working?
Right. I see it work. I mean, obviously, every day I'm getting overflood of just like opinions, and you should try this. You need to do this to, in showing up in LLMs and pitching the media and your press releases. Like right now it's like information overload. So
yeah,
I wouldn't really believe or try to go down doing everything that you read about, especially if it applies to like media relations. I still think it's about like building those, finding out like who your audience is. Where's your audience? What are they reading? Are they reading certain Substacks? There's like categories you could search on Substack of like food and drink, of travel, of consumer electronics, let's say. You can search it. So find like, what are those Substacks? And you can even see like how many subscribers they have, read them, actually like see what content, is it recipes they're doing or product reviews, or maybe they're just talking about like restaurants in the US. So like maybe you don't have a tie-in to them if that's a product. Or maybe you do see them that they're writing like product reviews and things like that. So I think it's still important, like that need to like understand your audience, where they are in each channel. And yes, there's some tools that can help you. Like you can ask ChatGPT, like, what Substacks are relevant for you. And they can bring up some. It's still good to do your own. Again, I think like helping you like write a pitch, kind of get all your, I think sometimes like we have so many things we want to say. So like helping it to kind of keep things clear and concise can help. What else? I think that the biggest demand though right now I'm seeing is people wanting to show up in these LLMs and trying to understand and kind of work the algorithms and system of seeing where they're coming from. So if you do a little search on your category on like a topic, somebody might write to find out like a problem or a product that they're looking for. You can just clearly see when you go to it and see the sources where it's coming from. So that's an easy way to kind of say like, oh, like this actually came from Good Housekeeping, or this came from Forbes, or this is this article. So kind of see like where it's pulling its data from. And that's a good idea of like, that's where you should be like focusing a lot of your efforts.
Absolutely.
If that's what you're looking for, is to show up on LLMs. But yeah, I think it's like, it's not, I think a lot of people just think a lot of PR is just about getting in magazines. And it's really about like building relationships across this like now very decentralized like media landscape, where somebody could have a podcast, be a LinkedIn thought leader, have a Substack, have an independent publishing, have social media. So it's an exciting time, but I think that, and I think it's exciting, like to see how this industry has changed from being kind of a little bit backwards, kind of like a little stuck in old times. And now you're really seeing it transitioning and adapting to new, smart technology.
Oh, absolutely. And speaking of smart technology, what a great segue you gave me. Let's learn more about Presshook real quick. If I'm the audience of the show, we've got a lot of people that are working at smaller brands up to even some really fun corporate, Fortune Inc. 1000. I actually know for a fact because I was speaking with someone at a conference the other day. So if I'm listening to this and I'm working for a brand, what's the elevator pitch for Presshook?
Right. So we help brands connect directly to media to get a mix of earned, affiliate, and paid opportunities. So it is the only network and platform of its kind right now, especially targeted only for consumer goods and brands and consumer and lifestyle media. So we don't actually focus on other industries. We're very focused on consumer brands, especially mission backed. A lot of our businesses are small, like SMBs, woman founded, minority owned, you name it. So I think we cover in most of the product categories. So food and bev, home goods, beauty, fashion, you name it, pets, parenting, kids, all those great categories. And it's really supposed to be a place for you to learn, even if like, again, you have no experience doing PR, like you're going to get onboarded and we're going to help you like throughout the process. We'll get you started. We'll even generate and show you some like pitches you can write, help you create like a media list and collection. And then once you're on there, I think the true beauty of it that we built is that once you're there, like you're now discoverable by journalists, as like you are when you're looking for a certain like product or brand or founder to talk to. Like you're now in this like very discoverable curated network that they come to find content and products to new product to check out for their articles. So we really market the brands that we work with because we know it's hard. Like just to do 100% outbound, takes a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. So I think we're kind of acting like your publicist in the background that's out there really like pitching you and getting you in front of these media.
Absolutely. Now, obviously, something like this, there might be an investment involved. Like, how does this look? Is there a free version, self-service, or is it all paid? Just like, what should I expect?
Yeah, we do have some free tools. Like creating a media kit and press kit is on our site is free. You can we're on the Shopify platform too, app marketplace. So you can find us on there. You can even just like start creating that press and media kit, which is nice to have because it kind of outlines like a lot of things that a journalist might ask or need to know quickly and to kind of get that information in one easily digestible page for them. So I think that's what you need to get started anyways. We also have tools like we have like a press release, like AI generator, pitch generators. But then once you want to be like on our network, discoverable, that is a cost, and it kind of ranges anywhere from $4.99, which is more self-serve, and then we have some packages that are like $1,000 to $2,000 if you needed like an account manager or kind of extra, a little bit more managed services.
Absolutely, that's amazing. Now, is there anything I didn't ask you about, Michelle, that you want to share with our audience?
Yeah, no, I just think that I know there's so many platforms that everyone's using out there, and it can feel like when you're especially when you're starting an e-com brand, like it's like, okay, now I have my Shopify, but now I need like 50 other platforms to get going. But I think that, and I think a part of it is like, yeah, you need to get started on like working on your top of funnel. You need to be able to know if someone hits your site, like how are you going to get them back and convert them, collect their email, and really convert them back. So the only thing I'd say is like, I never want people to think you have to wait till you're like Series A or something to start doing PR. I think getting started early is good, but you also want to make sure you have some other systems and processes set up in your like tech stack and knowledge of what to do, just because a lot of PR, it can be a lot of like top of funnel that's coming to you. So you really need to know and be able to like nurture and manage them, whether that's through like Google retargeting or some exciting new feature you have to like capture the customer and bring them in, but also just looking at like your conversion too will be important. But yeah, we love getting started with brands like as soon as they are, they have some sales. So you've proven market fit and kind of like, we like asking a lot of those questions just to learn more about like, what are you doing? What's working? What's not? And see if like brands are really ready for it.
Absolutely. Now, again, if I'm listening to this, where should I go to learn more?
Presshook.com.
Awesome. We'll link to that in the show notes. Michelle, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Oh, thank you so much, Chase. Thanks so much.